Today's video is for entertainment purposes only. Do your own research and do not believe everything you see or hear in this video. This video might get deleted quickly, so please share. Thank you for watching. Before memory, before history, there was vibration. Every molecule, every mind, every world has its own complex electromagnetic signatures broadcasting into our universe. Imagine the universe as a television set. Every reality, every emotion, every thought is what is broadcast on the many different channels, each channel having its own frequency. Whomever controls the frequencies controls the channels, and therefore controls our universe. It is a constant struggle between the lower frequency dimensional beings against the higher ones to have more television channels in our universe and have the most influence of quantum outcomes in present day and days to come. Humankind and many other life forms live in between these higher and lower dimensions. To the beings that live in the lower dimensions and that inhabit the lower frequencies, we are known as the mid-dwellers, or the shapers. And to many of them that dwell below where we dare not see, we are known as substance. Most beings that live in the low dimensions cannot create more low frequencies or energy, which they survive and thrive on. Much like a rock cannot create more wind, a lower being cannot create more negative frequencies and energies. But a rock can shape which way and how intensively a wind might blow, just as a lower being might guide the shapers to emit more negative energies towards them. The higher dimensional beings also try to guide those who live in the middle dimensions towards the higher planes of existence. The more beings that join them in the higher realms of existence, the more powerful the higher beings are as a whole, and the more knowledge and what higher beings feel as all being have. High ones do not create, but understand that middle dimensions have a great influence on how the universe matures as a whole. They are empowered when individuals in the middle do good for themselves, and especially when they provide well-being, knowledge, and substance to others. They are close to the one frequency, which is the energy that creates all things in this universe. The best way to describe this frequency would probably be the infinity symbol, the yin-yang, or perhaps an energy vortex folding in on itself, or simply God. The conflict is fought with the resonance of consciousness across the multiverse. Consciousness becomes a signal interacting with the electromagnetic ocean of existence. Because the lower beings feed on the negativity of those who dwell in the middle realms, they want the majority of the universe to grow in darkness, as the light burns them like an eternal fire when they are exposed to it. In darkness, there is fear and doubt, sorrow and grief, hunger and needing. These conditions help the lower beings thrive. This is a story of one world who was, at one time, very close to ascending to the upper dimensions and were able to explore this universe. But for over 12,000 years, they have been deceived by the beings in the lower dimensions and other beings in the middle ones who do not ascend and have not felt the all frequency inside of themselves in many, many thousands of years. It is unknown how long it was before the dark beings, or those who try to help the dark beings for power, came to our quadrant of the Milky Way galaxy. Some evidence shows there was a point in this planet's history that humanity had almost all the tools they needed to ascend to the stars or beyond the third dimension. Those tools were abruptly taken away roughly 12,000 years ago. We know we were created by the all frequency, or a being or beings who were very close to the all. Beings who can exist perhaps beyond the state of the known 12 dimensions between the all. We know that we are close to the all because we were created in the likeness. We also know there probably was a time when we were allowed to determine our place in this universe, as it was written that our race had to make the decisions of how our place in the universe would evolve on our own. Because if we have the free spirit of the all inside of each of us, then we are all free. There is evidence of a time when we understood that sharing knowledge, skills, wealth, resources, and power was leading us to something perhaps even beyond the stars, or at least towards them at the time. Perhaps during that age when power was freely used by this planet and we had no feelings of wanting to hurt or protect ourselves from our fellow man, our distant cousins may have navigated great ships out into the vast universe. After the Great Flood, that knowledge has, so far, been lost to all. After the Great Flood receded and the world began to repopulate, we have written tales of a time when, once again, we all spoke the same language, and we built a great tower to the heavens. This tower was so powerful, it, in of itself, could almost create and broadcast the one frequency, meaning it could create in any dimension, in any of the multiverses. It is unclear if the All-Being, or the One, made the tower fall and scatter the people so they spoke hundreds of different languages. Some speculate that it may have been the lower dimensional beings who were worried that our race would ascend and stopped the tower from allowing the human race to reach as high as the heavens themselves. When the people were scattered, confusion and anger and resentment ran through this planet as it had done 6,000 years before, when the great flood waters rose. Scholars have written that those that kept the sacred knowledge moved to Egypt's Great Basin and built the pyramids we see today right after the tower fell. Some believe that the sacred knowledge is somewhere buried in Egypt and hidden in the Grand Canyon, and buried below the ice of Antarctica. Yet, for some odd reason, we are forbidden to look. This tends to imply that the dark dimensional beings are the ones trying to keep prying eyes from the truth of the All and the truth of unlimited energy. With unlimited energy, we would be mostly free of want and need, sickness and hunger, boredom and agitation. These are all emotions the lower dimensional beings need to feed. Actions and emotions of dominance, brutality, wickedness, torture, and mind control are not inherent human qualities. They are learned behaviors, which are taught by our elders, who are under the influence or direction of the lower beings. Some do not even know that they are being directed, and perhaps soon to be consumed by a lower entity or a group of entities. Some of the darker people in the middle realm, who shape reality towards extreme darkness, become dark beings themselves. There was one man who was said to have escaped the dominance of the lower beings, who may steer the course of our world today. A man so close to the One that even speaking his name is painful to the beings of the lower dimension, as the One is brighter than 1,000,000 multiverses colliding. It is said he was of light, a higher being, who could create from nothing what he willed, roam freely between the realms, including death, and save humanity from perhaps being misled into a very dark future. Or even worse, having our souls being trapped in this plane after death, only to be fed on by the lower beings slowly, until only a ghost of your essence roams this earth. No one is sure how much malice is being spread into the minds and hearts of the human race today by the lowers, and no one is sure how long they have been implementing their plans on this planet. We do know that something about the progress of our physical, emotional, spiritual, and technological progress seems off. The values we hold do not match the society that we have in our world today. If it is not us being unable to tolerate one another, then it's logical to assume the lowers, or beings working for them, be them from this world or not, have a stranglehold on the planet Earth.